This video is going to contain days 4, 5, and 6 of the Donna Adelson trial. Yes, that is a lot in one video. Yes, it is going to be a lot more cutting of things in this video than my normal content covering the case, but I am addicted, and as soon as I found a chance, I found a moment to watch and keep notes and just go with it, I powered through. I am up to current at the time of this recording, which is like 3 in the morning. So drop a like. I'm going to get this recorded and get it out to you as soon as I can. So the sergeant from day 3 is right back up. Email a couple days after the relocation was denied. They talk in this email, Donna does, about no appeals being possible. And yes, this is signed Donna. So it's been a long time watching this, but basically, if I'm remembering this correctly, on day 3, the defense was trying to push that maybe Donna didn't actually know that it was the final, there will be no relocation. This is just confirmation Donna knew. This is 100% she knew. Here's proof in an email. And to a jury, I mean, hey, the defense went pretty hard on that, and it was bullshit. That's not great. They explain information about the rental car and call detail records around it. Catherine was in the area of getting the rental car, and then Charlie was called after it appears she dropped off one of the killers at the rental car location. Less than a minute after the call, Charlie called the home phone for Donna and Harvey. There's going to be a lot of calling of people, a lot of calling. Just go with it. Just roll with it. Charlie and Harvey's phones called each other as well. Calling back on a landline is sometimes thought to be safer than a cell phone for wiretapping for some reason. Charlie, after the rental car was gotten, called Donna and Harvey's landline. And they point out that all the calls that Charlie does to Donna and Harvey, only 1.9% of his calls within the time frame that they're looking at involves the landline. One of the hitmen got a traffic ticket in the vehicle, which would leave a record, so he returned it and got another vehicle. There is, I have to say, so much it's just stupidity that happens in this video involving this case. It really is crazy that all these mistakes happen and you don't catch yourself, right? It's wild. Their cell data and rental car data shows them near Dan's residence for surveillance on the original day. They were planning to kill him and it didn't happen. They show an infographic of communications. This is like they're showing those like cell tower plots that are, they don't really, I mean, that tells you where the cell phones are in general, wide area. They're useful. If you watch the Lori Daybell case, they were very useful there, that type of thing. I will say what's a little different here is they've already got so many convictions under their belt, right? So, how do I want to put this? A lot of this case is not directly tying Donna to it because they have to lay the foundation. And I was waiting for the direct, here's Donna, no question, sloop, she's right into it. That's what we get later. So if that's what you're waiting for, it's coming, right? It's coming. They show communication between Donna and Charlie like 7 times, once with Harvey, twice with Wendy, Charlie and Catherine 17 times, Catherine and the hitman 15, showing lines of communication, just showing that there's like a chain of command, basically. More text about Dad's birthday present, which is after the killers failed the first time. The first time that Dad's birthday present was mentioned was 4 months before his birthday. 2 weeks before Dan was killed, the kids had the Adelson name listed on their evites. So Wendy's kids had a different last name weeks before the murder. They mentioned that previously. Evidence shows Donna sent it and organized the party. The defense has been like trying to previously, like, well, you don't know who sent this. And yeah, it was Donna. Donna even asked someone if they got their Evite, signaling she did it. Wendy made sure Dan was in Tallahassee for the dates of the murder via text. So that's all proven. Wendy asked, even knowing she was supposed to have the kids, and it was sent from Donna's place. So basically, Wendy knew where Dan would be, but verified it with cell towers showing it's at Donna's place. Donna told Wendy that TV repair was in Harvey's name. Lots of talk about the June trip and the proof of it. They show how some messages go back and forth. They play a message from Dan to Wendy the day of the murder saying he was going to the gym. Wendy is calling Charlie after messaging Dan, which is after the killers are already tailing him. So if you are someone who believes Wendy knew what was going on, which is a significant amount of people I've learned, then you would believe that Wendy knows the killers are tailing and is making sure everything's like going with Dan normally for an alibi, right? Catherine and Charlie calling each other, then Charlie calling Wendy, more Charlie and Catherine calls. Wendy didn't call anyone after seeing the roadblock and crime scene tape at Dan's place. There's more cell data shown from the shooters. Catherine and calls with Charlie. Charlie told her day of the murder he wasn't feeling good and go to her house, so that's kind of how he got Katie to go there. After Wendy met with police following the murder, she called Donna. Donna told Charlie to call her. Text telling Donna she would be outside Charlie's house the night of the murder. Which cell data they were together maybe an hour, and they explained wiretap guidelines. So now we have Donna physically saying she's outside Charlie's house after the murder while the money's being set up for the killers. And remember, there was talk of it being wet because Donna was washing it physically. You might be wondering, is this really 3:41 a.m. and I'm drinking a Monster? Yes, to get through this. I am so tired, but I have to talk about it. Messages confirm Charlie did know Garcia's nickname was Tudo, and they go over the bump call evidence again. A lot of this is going to be different witnesses going over the same evidence, which is partly why it's a little shorter of how long I can cover the evidence, because it's a lot of the same stuff. Crosses up. They explain the history of call detail records. Explains call detail records aren't exact locations. Talk of what can interfere with a cell phone connected to a tower. Talk of how call records counted text, voicemail, and more. If you don't answer, it still lists it. The text Donna wanted erased was still in the iCloud, but he couldn't say if it was deleted on Charlie's device. Talk of how the invitation website worked in 2014, which the witness doesn't know. I mean, it's a decade ago, right? I feel old. And let's see here. Hundreds of thousands of emails were recovered. Defense is trying to catch up anything about road work or alternate paths, but I'm going to be honest, the defense is fishing. And a lot of this, the defense is fishing. There's basically two schools of defense going on. When the guy is up, he's fishing, almost constantly fishing for anything. When the ex-judge is up, I don't know what she's doing. It never lands. It always feels like she is, if anything, making Donna look worse. I don't understand her presence in the case. Why are you letting her speak? You've seen her perform before today. Why is she speaking at all? Maybe this is what Donna thinks a good lawyer looks like. I don't know. I don't like the style. I don't think it lands. I don't think it works. I don't think she's gotten anything decent out of anyone, right? If anything, there's been multiple instances where the ex-judge, which I'll mention when it's the ex-judge up, because I feel like I have to, because I always feel like she makes the case worse for Donna. Like, it feels like she's doing part of the state's job. But she's not trying to. It's so weird. Defense is talking about traffic, possibly changing timelines for Donna's meeting with Charlie, and Donna's cell phone records can't place Donna at Charlie's residence on the day of the murder. But remember, Donna's text message can do it, right? Donna said she was there. Donna and Charlie's phones never use the same tower. Maybe they turned it off. Common in murders. The murderers did it, right? The state is back. The text messages of Donna tell us she was outside of Charlie's house. Donna also had an unaccounted for time that matches the drive distance. The reason that the detective even tested the distance and how long it takes to make the drive was because it was raised by the defense in a previous trial. So yeah, that oof, it's not a great look. Well, you don't know, why'd you measure it this way? Well, we had to because of the defense attorney. Eh. State goes back over why cell data is good evidence, and the next up is the undercover witness. This he won't have his face broadcast, which I think they showed his face in a bump photo already. So good luck with that. Um, this was to the bump was to tickle the wire, trigger talk of what the investigation was about. He handed Donna the flyer with the $5,000 demand and the cell phone number. The bump was audio and video recorded. The witness called the institute. Charlie called the number. Donna called the number, and that was cross. Ex-judge defense is up. I put a note here. It's an annoying slog to get through this. She comes across as complaining that the undercover witness was undercover. And this is the point I love to note that I looked up how Jackie Fulford, the ex-judge, stopped being a judge. I looked it up. Jackie Fulford. All I have to say is that tracks with how I feel. So you can look that up yourself if you haven't. If you don't know, I'm sure someone in the comments has said it. I've seen people reference it before. It tracks for me, right? The undercover detective said he was polite during the bump. He was told to. They knew where to find her. It was down the road where she picks up her grandkids. The ex-judge is trying to make this into like some sort of pity thing. There were no kids physically there. It doesn't land. None of this lands. He explains of talking to Tato, not Tudo, Tato. I'm going to get those mixed up, and I apologize. I think it's Tato not being taken care of. Judge questions his accent when he says a word. He's of Spanish descent. I don't know why this matters, right? Maybe she's like, this will help me feel more connected to humanity because I questioned him about a pronunciation. Ooh, I'm so human. I think of others. Like, maybe that's what the defense is going. My mind went, oh, the white lady's questioning someone's accent. It doesn't land. Nothing she does works for me. And it's wild. I don't get it. A lot of times I can see a defense attorney and I can see like the other guy. Some of what he doesn't land, but I can see where he's going. I never know what she's doing. No, they were never paid the $5,000. The team sent a physical letter later on, but he hadn't read it. He called the institute trying to call Donna. He sent a text to Donna and said he might go after the 100K. That was for the uh information on Dan's murder. Like, I think it was being offered by his family or the police or something like that. It wasn't polite, but that's how blackmailers act. He talked to Charlie. Donna called him back later and said he had the wrong person and said, if you know everything, collect the money, in reference to information about the murder, $100,000. The state is up, and they made sure to tell the jury no children were with Donna, because that was obviously like something left out in the open by the defense. James McEveline, who does audio forensics, is up. He handled the audio recordings, explained how they process it, evidence is brought in, crosses up. It's very short. Defense is asked if he recently enhanced an enhancement. No, we took our audio and overlaid it with the video. Nothing more really to say there. It was very, very simple. Special Agent Brian Kendall, he recorded Charlie in the restaurant when he was with Harvey. He put a bag that was recording next to them, but he thinks he was made. And not much more to say there. Special Agent Patrick Sanford. I think this is a guy we get pretty acquainted with, if this is the one I'm thinking of. He interviewed Luis Riviera when he attempted to be a witness in the case. He was told about the shot in the Prius and that it needed to be fixed. So this is going back to previous days. The story is that we were told back then was they were fiddling with the gun, the hitmen were, fired a gun through the bottom of the rental vehicle, hit the fuel line, and had to get it repaired. And at this point, they show the vehicle. And it had been sold repainted, still had the hole all the way through the floor. They put a line through it. And so they sold the car without noticing, and the buyers didn't notice. And then they show a really weird repair on the fuel line. Never got caught by anyone doing that. Like, they found it. That's weird. He said the homicide had to take place that day because Dan was leaving town. He found calls of Donna meddling in her children's lives. Wendy had contracted to buy a house and backed out of it on the same day Catherine was approached for the murder. Donna and Charlie recorded on a call to prevent Wendy from breaking up with her boyfriend at the time. There's a lot of text here. There's a lot of text I don't read. Charlie runs his mouth, and that's something everyone in the courtroom is talking about. Both sides. Charlie cannot shut up. Charlie kind of buries Donna, right? Actually, Donna talks about burying Donna at one point today. In one of these days. It's been a wild few days. We'll get there. We'll get there. There was an equipment issue when they tried to play some audio, so they took a break. They come back and play audio. It is Charlie and Donna trying to control Wendy's love life. Donna also has Charlie try to control Wendy's career. They explain what the bump was again. They show video of the bump. They play Donna's call to Charlie because they had the wiretap before the bump, which seems like the ex-judge didn't understand repeatedly. I don't know if I mentioned that, but like later, but like with future cross, she seems to not understand they had the wiretap in place before the bump. Donna talks about how it is fortunate Harvey doesn't know. So, trying to say Harvey doesn't know about the bump. Donna says it involved both of them, and Charlie probably knows what she is talking about. And this is kind of the moment I waited for all trial. Because this is the moment where we have Donna directly connecting Donna to the murder. Like, she is like, oh yeah, Charlie, you know about this. We know about this. It involves us. Like, the way she's saying it, this to me is like the first dumb direct connection she gave. A lot of other stuff pointed to her, but this is a connection. The next call is played. Donna tells him in this call to bring cash. Charlie asks directly if it's blackmail, and Donna says a good possibility. Charlie wonders if it's the government. Donna does not want to take a photo of the letter. Charlie asks if they are threatening, and Donna says she doesn't think she should talk. Charlie mentions maybe going to the police. In the call, they talk about comparing it to like a bad Yelp review as part of their code words. If Charlie doesn't bring cash, Donna will. Next is another call. Charlie says to not talk about things in the apartment. Must have thought it was bugged. Donna says the TV was probably about 5, and they mention an ex-girlfriend. The apartment wasn't bugged. The only TV involved was Charlie's joke of buying a TV and Wendy's alibi. Donna mentioned an ex-girlfriend, but no name. Charlie then calls Katie, with no one telling him it was about Katie. That call is then played. Talk of the bump, the ex-girlfriend, the money. Charlie said the undercover referenced him, but that never happened. So Charlie's like lying to Katie. Donna didn't say they mentioned him. Charlie didn't call anyone else about this. Charlie met with Donna. Now the ex-judge is up. And actually, no, sorry. Ex-judge is not up. The ex-judge questions the judge's ruling when it comes to the state asking questions about what is said in the calls. The ex-judge, as the current judge points out, so the defense's attorney, failed at making this argument in the sidebar, but still tried to make it again in court. And the judge said he has nothing more to say on this. He made his ruling. Again, it's just so bad. And that's kind of the end of the day. And we're now on day 5. So, remember this. Special Agent Patrick Sanford is who we were talking about. Day 5 begins with Special Agent again, the same guy. But before we begin, the defense is talking about a possible discovery violation with the judge. An enhanced version of audio wasn't provided to the defense. State said it was requested to be handed over in a previous trial in this case to the defense. As soon as it was found, it was provided, and the state said, if you don't want to submit the enhanced one, we can do the unenhanced one. And the judge is basically like, eh. Like, obviously, it's not great, but it was obviously accidental. Same witness is up. He's going to be talked about a lot. They play a call. This is Charlie and Donna trying to control Wendy's job. They talk of dinner with Catherine and Charlie. They show the Lexus that Katie got. They play Charlie and Katie meeting audio, so the audio of them together. Charlie referenced a rental car, and that hadn't been released to the public. Talked about how he would be happy I have you on salary. Talking about Sigfredo with Katie, because I think maybe his world's who's contacting them, right, with the bump. The judge tells the jury with instructions that recordings are evidence and the transcripts are just an aid. A call between Donna and Charlie is played. Charlie references dinner with a friend and helping with relationship advice. Another call right after. Friend will sleep on it and come to his office to tell him how it went. So this is all code, right? Like, the codes suck, and it's even, I keep trying to not go ahead of myself, but a lot of these conversations are the most obvious code talk, right? The most obvious. Charlie said it's going to go one of two ways. Charlie said they could be traced and charged with extortion, talking about the people who gave the paper. Next is a call between Catherine and Sigfredo. It is a fight, and Sigfredo says he won't make the phone call. Then he says he will take care of the problem later. Sigfredo tells her to stop talking on the phone. And honestly, that's the smartest man in this whole thing, is let's stop talking about everything over the phone. They don't stop, though. They know better. That's what's crazy about this. Another call a few minutes later. And this is Katie and Sigfredo. They talk about something with the children's clothing costing $657 or $65.70. This is code about the number that Donna got because they couldn't remember the number. Not a good code, a very obvious code, but they were trying to figure out the phone number here because they couldn't figure it out. Talk of, now it's Charlie talking to Catherine, and there's talk of properties not being a good investment. Katie feels like it was posted incorrectly, the property was. Then they talk about fish biting and pricing, too high of a price. More talk about the property listing and shock at the price, till figuring out the scenarios, the people with the property becoming a leech that will never leave you, not wanting to be taken advantage of, trying to find out who is involved, but don't print pictures. All a terrible attempt at code, right? None of it even makes sense if it wasn't code, and it just drags on and on. About an hour later, Charlie calls Donna. That call's played. Charlie talks of police giving traffic tickets and to be careful. Says that what I think it was. If that's what I think it was. Now it's a video recording of the dinner with Charlie and Harvey. Nothing you can't really hear shit. I'm gonna be honest. I can't. A call after the dinner. Talk of the bump letters into the Adelson. The letter says, my phone is not ringing, so you don't care about Toto and what he did for you. He knows he is fucked, and soon will you. After received, Charlie calls Catherine. Charlie says he was talking to his parents about everything, and then corrects about his day. He tells Catherine to come down. He will come to wherever she is now, talking more to his parents afterwards, talk of WhatsApp calls. So basically, Charlie's trying to figure out how to get Catherine in person so they can figure out the code's not going to work. They need to talk about this. But this meeting that they had wasn't recorded because planning of it was actually on WhatsApp. And by the time they found out about it, they couldn't get there in time for surveillance. There was a call after from Charlie to Donna. Talk of him going to see them and questioning if Wendy's going to go. Another call, this one involving June Achenda. I'm going to probably have butchered that name. Charlie talks of having a lot to sort out to a woman and to keep her on the phone. I don't really get this call. I re-listened to it like 3 times and I was confused, but it's there. Maybe it's code. Maybe it's Charlie trying to get out of his responsibilities so he can talk to Katie. I think that's probably what it was. Next is Sigfredo and Katie. Katie needs to talk to Sigfredo. Sigfredo says, "Don't worry, they got money." Talk of wiretap showing text messages. This is Katie to Sigfredo right after the call. "Need to talk to you about something else." Sigfredo responds, "Whatever is going on with you, your homie is between you. Don't text me." So Sigfredo knows. Stop it. Doesn't work though. Next call is Charlie and Donna. Talk of things being taken care of, and they don't care. Then there's a call, this time with Harvey jumping in. Donna gets back on. Charlie gets up, upset with her, and says, "Stop with the fucking nonsense because I really don't want it to come down there any more than I need to. Distance myself from." So he's talking about distancing himself, and he cuts himself off. Charlie says they're just getting worked up. He's been trying to like calm his parents down. Donna wants to be told it was taken care of. Harvey isn't sleeping well after talking with Charlie, so it's kind of implicating that Harvey knows what's going on. They talk about how paying works. Charlie talks about the bump guy, if he was in disguise or not, and that if he's not in disguise, it's not real. Charlie has a bunch of weird thoughts. Charlie says Donna didn't do anything. Talk of all the planning, stress, logistics, and risk that was on his side. If somebody was going to do something, they wouldn't have given number and shown their face. Next is Catherine to Charles. Catherine says something got mixed up with the client's numbers. Again, this is code. They both tried. Neither works. Talks of setting Charlie up with the realtor. Code again. Katie was trying to remember the number from memory. So that's why the number was wrong. Katie didn't want to have it written down. Charlie said he would check the number. Next is Charlie to Donna. Charlie asked Donna for the number. Charlie gets back to Katie that she doesn't know the number. He'll get it later. Next is a call between Katie and Sigfredo. Katie talks of the listings for properties. They need to figure out the phone number. This time it is the right number. Nobody has called the right number yet, though. So during all this, no one has called. More Charlie and Harvey meeting video played. They show Harvey on the video feed, by the way, at the trial, looking very worried. The call after that's published. Charlie to Donna. They're trying to publish the same call as earlier. It doesn't work. Something's wrong with the audio. Catherine's calls to Charlie. Charlie talks about Donna speaking in code. Well, Charlie, if the jury didn't know it was all code talk, now they do. Says he was in the saying she was in the bathroom. Charlie tried to talk in code about a turd flushing or being flushed, and Charlie wants it flushed. And Charlie then says it gets to be clear he wants the problem flushed because Charlie can't stop talking. Talk of a gift card you can use in any hotel. Talk of Jesus, Beyonce, lemonade. Charlie keeps talking. Another between Donna and Charlie, talking of Dad being upset. Charlie says everything is being taken care of. Nobody picked up. Charlie says she called the number, but Charlie says he called the number, but nobody picked up. Everyone is lying. Everyone is saying they called this number. Nobody has actually called the number given in the bump. Everything you're hearing about them calling the number in the bump didn't happen so far. Next is a bump attempt at the Institute itself to contact Donna. He tells the woman on the line he needs to know what she thinks about the paperwork. Donna calls Charlie about it, and Donna wants to verify the number matches the same number, and Charlie says no one picked up. Charlie tells her not to worry, he will call someone. Charlie tries to call Katie and leaves a message, tries multiple times, and she calls him back. Katie tells Charlie to call the number. Charlie wants Katie to find out who it is. Charlie believes it's serious, and Katie is trying to downplay it. Katie thinks it's the FBI playing games. Katie is tired of the code shit. So again, now we have we had Charlie tired of Donna's code, and now we have Katie tired of Charlie's code. Code doesn't work if you tell everyone it's code. Talk of going to the cops. Charlie says he will be calling his mom. There's the lunch break, and guess what? Same witnesses back up. Charlie calls Donna. No caller ID at the office. Charlie says he will have someone call the number. Charlie calls Katie and says to call the number. Katie says that someone's fishing or someone is already listening to everything. And at this point, the judge has to tell Donna to put on her headphones because Donna isn't listening. Katie and Charlie again. Can I blame Donna? No one wants to hear Charlie. Katie and Charlie again. Charlie and Donna. Charlie thinks it's an FBI investigator, seeing how they react. Charlie calls the undercover. He actually made the phone call. For the first time anyone made the phone call, it's Charlie. They repeat Toto hasn't been taken care of, and who is it? Who is this? I gave the number to a lady. They say, Katie and Tudo says they have been taken care of since the family problem has been taken care of up north. Undercover gives a story of being with Toto in a cell who told him the story. Charlie says he will look into things, and he hit star 67 to try to hide his number before making this call. After this, Charlie makes multiple calls to Katie, and eventually she answers, and Charlie explains to her that he called. Charlie says he doesn't know about her family being taken care of other than the hours he gives her at the office, so Charlie implicates that right there. Charlie said this sounds like a cop, but they have a lot of fucking details. Charlie talks of calling the FBI and getting a reward. Katie calls Sigfredo after she sent him a text. She relays the story. They said Katie. They said Tudo. They have the amount. They have too many details. Sigfredo talks of calling the cops. Nobody calls the cops. No one calls the cops. No one calls a number. No one. They just produce evidence is what they do. Another call between Katie and Sigfredo. Katie says to not call from his phone. Sigfredo talks of dumping his phone, and Katie says to use a friend's phone. Another call between him saying he couldn't get a hold of the number. There was a hang-up call with no message. Katie and Charlie talk about the number. Talk of blocking the name of who's calling. Charlie is brainstorming on the call what to say to try to excuse to give them money. Asking who owes you money from his big family. Charlie doesn't want anyone to go to jail because then they'll want payback. Charlie is basically repeating the call that he had with the undercover, trying to dissect it. Katie is really confused. The guy on Charlie says the guy's gonna have a big problem. Now it's Sigfredo contacting Katie, claiming he made 3 calls to the number. He didn't. He made none. Katie and Charlie are worried about an informant on the next call, and then we have Charlie and Donna. And the detective kind of sighs when the state says it's a long call. You are getting the short and sweet version. Charlie does not shut up. Charlie says he would rather not talk to Donna on the phone and then proceeds to produce evidence and continue talking on the phone. Charlie proceeds to say he is 99% sure it is what they discussed and goes into how there aren't threats. So basically Charlie thinks it's the government now. Charlie talks about it being 2 years later, could be investigators working for Dan's family. They want everyone to start talking, a trick to get Donna to go to the police station and then start talking. He talks of Katie's friend leaving a message, and it was in Spanish. Charlie is hung up on being told, do the right thing. That was a phrase said when he called the number, according to Charlie. Charlie talks more about this being part of an investigation. We take a break, and we come back to Charlie incriminating them all. This is a Charlie and Katie call. Charlie talks of buying a man a dildo for a birthday present. I think this is about Sigfredo. And he offered Katie a Range Rover. Now another bump attempt to Donna. This included a little threatening language. So they're listening in. They hear him saying, oh, it's got to be the feds because there's no threats. So they add a little threatening language, right? Call between Katie and Charlie. Charlie says he got Sigfredo a nice gift card. Katie tells Charlie to stop talking about her tits. Then we have another call. Katie is scared about Charlie's present to Sigfredo. Charlie talks of gifts to Katie, including concert tickets and a limo. Katie calls her kid Charlie's godchild. There's a call between Carly and Donna. They talk about things being okay. Donna has something to say to Charlie. Charlie is annoyed Donna didn't call him earlier about whatever it is. Charlie and Katie call. Charlie's heading to his parents. State says that even for us, that one is torturous and ends the call early. By the way, there is no objection from the defense that, like, Charlie is torture to listen to, by the way. I was tortured along with the jury. Charlie and Donna on call about meeting. Sigfredo and Katie talking about Charlie talking to his parents. Charlie wants to call Katie from a landline, which he thinks is more secure. I don't know why. Charlie talks with a text to Katie. They reference Katie's baby daddy, mention the text. Someone is fishing. Katie says someone is messing with you. Read between the lines. Charlie wonders where they got the information and why not just collect the reward. Katie and Sigfredo call. Talking about the text again. Because they got a text, remember? Yeah. Bump text, I believe it was. The little threatening language. I think that's what this is about. Charlie and Donna talk where Donna says she'll call the number. She actually does. Donna even installed software to record her own incriminating call herself. Donna talks to the bump, claims she doesn't know the man in jail and denies things. Donna shares the call to Charlie, and Charlie is 100% convinced now it's police. Donna talks of downloading the app Charlie said to. They call the undercover patient as code, like a patient at the dentist clinic. So I could have sworn the defense tried to argue maybe there weren't codes in their talk, but if you are, you know, you're under, they assume they're under a wiretap, they assume they're being investigated, and they're still using code for a call that the investigators would know about. The judge again has to tell Donna to wear her headphones. I'm wondering if she takes it off when she thinks something's incriminating. Charlie to Katie. Charlie says he has a new CD they should listen to. 100% record breakers. Makes you want to drop the mic. Talk of it being a pig. The track is 4 or 5 minutes. Lots of, over 4 or 5 minutes. Lots of talking. Charlie's friend got a cute pot-bellied pig. Katie seems to not get that he meant police officers, by the way. Charlie and Donna call. Again, talk of the patient being 100%. They won't go to the Board of Dentistry. Crisis averted. The undercover wasn't nasty enough to, according to them, basically. And then it went back to talk of Wendy's love life. They just kind of move on. Checks to Katie, though, stopped at this point. There was a subpoena for Katie's records working at the Adelson Institute, but there were none. They also play a call from an employee at the Institute who called Charlie while the FBI was there. Charlie is at a loss for words for the first time in his life, it seems. Charlie tries to distance himself, and it's his dad's office now, and suggests she not speak to anyone. They go back to the call they had issues with before. Charlie, Harvey, Donna. It's Charlie using percentages again. And saying he spoke to Dad about it. That's the end of day 5. Guess what? Day 6. Guess what? Same witness that we ended day 3 with and all of day 4. This guy does not get a break. They list off the dates. All those involved were arrested. Katie offered proffer after conviction. She talked of the date Charlie asked if they had someone. She had someone she knew could take care of someone. That was on Halloween. Evidence Charlie was at that location with Katie that night is shown. Katie went to get money and left the next day. Donna Harvey brought the money. Donna's text says she was outside his house the night she said the money was brought over. There was a jail call with Charlie and Donna where Donna thought she hung up, but she didn't. Donna talks about having lived a good life. Can't watch her son in prison. Already bought her cemetery plots. Donna complains Wendy threatened to Baker Act her. Harvey says she didn't want him to do it, yet. Donna says we can do it together. They'll know when to come and get us, and we'll do it together. Donna talks of Charlie's attorney suggesting they could make a run for it at the airport. Harvey said he should get a visa. Wendy said her lawyer said she shouldn't ask about Charlie. Donna said she told Wendy everyone looks to protect her, but she has a lot to think about. I love this because there's so many shady aspects of all of the lawyers the family uses too, right? Like we have the Wendy shady aspects, we have this shady aspect, we're going to have more shady stuff brought up about them claims, and we have our current attorneys that the ex-judge has a past, at least. I don't know about the other one. It's not a good look to the jury when your entire family's involvement in the legal system is very, well, not only guilty of the same crime, but also the attorneys are at issue. Like there's even issues with the divorce attorney, right? For Wendy. Wendy told uh Wendy told her mom she wasn't involved in Danny's death. Donna said she never said she was. Donna wants to give Wendy information because they will be gone. They looked for places without extradition. Donna said her family is cursed and there's an approach. So all of that last bit, all of that was included where she thought she was talking to someone else and she has left her phone going while it was being wiretapped because she thought the call disconnected with her son. But there's an approach. This recording was the day after Charlie's conviction. They find out about Donna's travel plans to Vietnam that were made. Donna was intercepted at the Miami International Airport while on the air bridge boarding the plane. Donna's phone was seized. They asked if it was willingly, but there was an approach. Donna resisted giving the phone physically, saying no and turning away, which I have immortalized behind me. That is what this is. This is from the body cam. There was a search warrant for her at her residence, which included a planner. A planner from 2014 was actually provided by Donna's prior attorney. And that's kind of important because they're using that planner from 2014 against Donna. And it was her own attorney that brought her, the worst lawyers, I guess. The 2014 planner included a lot of personal information, including information about Dan's vehicle. And Donna was trying to board a one-way flight. We have a break, and the defense is up. But before they get to speak, the state has to correct, talking that there were two planners, and the 2014 one had the tag number, and it was listed in the back after the calendar month, where it was like a notes section. Now, here we go. The ex-judge is walking up for the defense, which signals to me this won't be anything useful to the defense, which means the defense has wasted day 3, 4, and most of 6 at the trial. But let's see if I get proven wrong. This witness is a lead FBI investigator on the case. He was on the case the Monday following the murder. Donna writes a lot, and Charlie can't shut up. Yes, the lawyer for Donna said that Charlie can't shut up. They followed leads outside the state of Florida. Talk of traffic in South Florida was discussed. Charlie was trying to get Katie to say who was involved in the messages. Charlie is worried it could be someone involved in the case. Charlie is always using percentages, telling his mom it's okay. The only wiretaps for Charlie and Katie in this case. There were more wiretaps from a different investigation that were used. Talk of the process of a wiretap. Dan didn't know he was being followed. Talk of Dan hugging his kids the morning of the murder. They're just retelling the murder from the start. I don't understand this. Like, they're trying to talk about how terrible Dan's final day was, and it's like, yeah, your client's on charged with the murder. Talk of how a 50-minute call doesn't mean it was all about the case. She asked if Jeff was a suspect, and he said he wasn't involved in that, but there were a lot of suspects. Jeff was who it seemed like Wendy was trying to set up. Calls were used in the investigation. Charlie said he would keep Katie full-time, so she will get checks at the dinner. Talk of surveillance before the bump. Charlie handed Katie the checks. They were led to look for the weapon by one of the hitmen, but couldn't find it. Donna and Harvey left the U.S. many times before and returned. They don't know what was said outside the recorded calls. Charlie said to Donna she didn't do anything and that was considered. Donna also said Charlie didn't do anything, but we saw how his trial went. So again, they're not the most truthful family. Charlie's defense was he was being extorted. Everyone else at this point has convicted them. Katie minimized her role in the original proffers. He doesn't remember when he found out Donna got a one-way ticket, but the warrant came after they listened to the phone call that she had or she thought she hung up. She kind of almost got away with it, right? The investigator heard Donna had plans to return for a bar mitzvah. He wasn't involved in the process of getting the warrant, but he drove to Miami just in case they got a warrant because of the non-extradition travel. Witness said he isn't aware that someone called to warn them about her leaving the country, and the county attorney said there was no warrant. Defense asked if he was aware that Donna's lawyer was told if they got a warrant, Donna would get to turn herself in. Objection, sustained, approach. They're trying to make Donna the victim of how she got arrested. It is wild. Wild. We're in a murder case. Like, well, isn't it a little mean how you arrested the murderer? No one's feeling sympathy about how the arrest was done. She gives him Donna's visa. It was valid for 90 days for the purposes of tourism. Talk of how Donna was arrested. Defense is basically trying to make it the case was unfair or mean where she was arrested at. Very weird. Donna never said outright she wanted Dan killed. Lots of circumstantial evidence, but what is evidence is up to the jury. And it wasn't his choice, this witness, when to arrest Donna. Seems like the state wanted him to say he wanted her arrested a long time before that, but it wasn't his call. But the defense complained, so they moved on. Charlie's defense brought Donna into it. His defense was Donna was writing the checks with him, and it was extortion, and the money wasn't going to Katie. She was giving it to someone else, he thought. The killers did the killing without being provoked and hoped they would be paid by a rich family. It was a murder on layaway, with Donna paying the extortionist, according to Charlie. State's trying to get bar mitzvah information while the ex-judge is watching them struggle to find the dates. The ex-judge has this, I don't think I can describe it as like a Joker smile, while the state's floundering a bit finding a date, like she's getting real joy out of it. And Donna looks like she's about to deflate and all the air is going to come out. It's something. The bar mitzvah was a few months after the plane ticket was purchased, within the dates for the visa, but they didn't get a return ticket. The calls were cut down to remove unimportant parts, but the full calls are available to the jury. Another thing I forgot to really go into is the defense is arguing it like wasn't okay or fair about how they because they arrested Donna as she's literally boarding the plane, right? And I think the defense was trying to make it like a theatrics thing, but it was just separating her from the crowd. I mean, she's fucking fleeing the country, right? Like, that's the argument. Like, oh, they were too theatrical in how they just barely stopped my client from leaving the country. I don't know. I don't think that plays well. I think the ex-judge is bad at their job. So after 3 days, this witness can finally leave. The jury leaves. And Donna gets sworn in. Because she has to understand that she agrees for how the cross-examination strategy they are going to do is going to fit into the defense. And she agrees. And that kind of like raised an alarm bell, like, how weird or bad is this cross-examination strategy going to be if they're having Donna swear under oath that she's okay with it? But we continue. Detective Jonathan Grossman is up. Search warrant images are shown from Donna's home. A note to Wendy about a gun to sell, who to contact. The ex-judge is doing the cross. Harvey was present for the search, questioned if the dot in the closet could have been a light, and they don't know. And then they didn't look in a safe as far as he remembers. That was the entire cross. I don't get the point. Next up is Patricia Bird, a jail informant. So this is where things get kind of spicy. We're getting some jail informants, which is basically also trying to implicate people working for Donna on this case. This informant is in for violating probation on her felony case. Pending case, she could get 5 years on. Nothing was offered for testimony. She was in custody with Donna for 6 or 7 months, same pod. Donna was close to this witness and someone named Drina. Donna said she did it to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't meant to go this far. Donna asked if she was ever in custody with Katie, and this witness was. Donna wanted her to say Katie did it because they know Donna's family had money. This witness says she was offered a trailer, land, and that Donna's husband would fix her teeth. But Katie never said those things. Donna gave her commissary. She spoke to a woman that worked with Donna, like on the defense, and Donna wanted her to say untrue things about Katie. They said they spoke to others too. This witness told her attorney, and then they contacted the state attorney. Defense is up. Thankfully, it's not the ex-judge, so they must think they actually have strategy here. Was the woman you spoke to that worked for Donna black or white? Black. Did you say a few weeks ago they were white? Yes. She was confused by the question. She spoke to a male investigator too. The first investigator was also told about Donna's offer, so they're saying that Donna's investigators knew about Donna's offer. Katie is manipulative. She isn't sure if Donna said she only wrote the checks. Donna didn't say she planned the murder. She met with defense attorneys twice in this case. The defense is asking if she talked of speaking more than that. The judge orders defense to provide prior testimony to the witness so they confirm or deny. She said 4 or 5 times to the defense, female investigator twice. She was sleeping in a bed next to Donna for 3 to 4 months. Would jail records be more accurate? Maybe. And then defense cuts her off, which means that state knows to go in and just tells her to finish. They were in 2 pods together. They slept next to each other in one, same section in another, but either case it's the same room. They talked on a regular basis for months. She spoke to the defense, her own attorney, the state, and has testified before. Katie admits to doing what the state accused her of. Next up is Drina Bernhardt, another jail informant. Incarcerated on 2 felony cases, violation of probation with up to 15 years in prison, another with up to 5. She had 27 prior convictions. She was friendly with Donna in the jail for about 4 months. Donna called her jail daughter or sunshine. Painted pictures for her and letters, and they show a picture and letter. It went the other way too. Donna talked to her grandkids. Donna was close to Dan's kids and called them her kids. Donna talked about her case daily. This witness reached out to law enforcement in the hope of a lighter sentence or rehab, but the more it went on, it was just about justice. She was worried. Donna was worried about her son Rob testifying. This witness knew Katie. Donna tried to get her to be a witness in this case, and she said yes. Talked about it a lot. Donna wanted her to testify about Katie, and Donna prepared a script of what to say. The script included about how everyone knew about Donna from the news. No, she knew nothing about Donna until they met. So it's very self-bragging, to be honest. Talked about reading it in the paper and the news. None of that happened. It was provided to the state. So basically, this witness got the script. She was supposed to write it down in her own handwriting. And instead, she turned it over to the state, got it back, and gave it back to Donna. It comes up with the story of Katie telling Charlie to pay $350,000 after her friends killed Dan without being told to. Katie did not say any of this. She doesn't know about Charlie's trial or testimony. Extortion, the word extortion was underlined by Donna. The way it is written is not how Katie would talk either. Donna offered her package, which is like commissary, basically. Phone calls were paid for by Donna. Promised $10,000 and a grand piano and cameras and pills. She's a recovering addict. And money. The money would be sent by Harvey through Zelle. But she was to contact Harvey using Signal. Cross. Again, not the ex-judge. I'm thinking they know better than to use it for important crosses. This witness said she was released, but didn't know if it was due to the involvement in this case. She met with the detective about this case. She knew Patricia Bird from inside the jail. She asked detectives if she did a good job after meeting with them. The state waived PR sentencing in her burglary case. This would mean with PR, she would have been sentenced to the maximum, but it didn't happen because of a plea. She was put on probation. She violated that probation. She was arrested on a new burglary charge, facing 15 unless she makes a deal with the state. She became friends with Donna. Donna would talk about her case. She sat with Donna in a pod so state could get video of her with Donna. She doesn't remember what she did when Donna went over the script, but she says she never told Donna what to write. Redirect. She was never advised to say anything but the truth like she did today. The plea offer would be from someone other than this prosecutor. And all of this testimony was provided before her latest arrest and before the violations. She did not know Charlie Adelson's story to be able to tell Donna to write this script. So the way I am taking this is Donna was attempting to use her case to relitigate the defense for Charlie. Because if Donna gets away with it, and this matches Charlie's story, maybe Charlie gets an appeal or something, right? That's where my brain is at. Kate Butler, handwriting expert, is up. She explains that they can determine who wrote something. Donna wrote that script. Christopher Corbett is up again. This guy from previously. Not the last 3 days, but like from like day 2 or maybe 3. They show the script in question, and it's in a question-answer format, like a trial. The story in the script matches Charlie's defense in his trial. Donna only learned what extortion meant in October of 2023 because Donna searched the difference between extortion and blackmail. Donna and Wendy talked of Charles's trial and the verdict as it was happening. Donna said Charlie was telling the truth in his testimony after his testimony before the verdict to Wendy. Donna also told multiple other people it was the truth. Donna told Wendy she was next, but that wouldn't... Donna told Wendy that Donna was next. Like, Donna talked about herself. She would be next, but Donna would take care of that. No evidence of extortion in Charlie's messages to Katie. They were very friendly. Donna's phones had WhatsApp evidence of her and Charlie. They talk of new info in the WhatsApp thread they got from Donna's phone. Charlie's attorney is talking to Garcia's attorney, and he says his attorney ran into Katie. They talk of Katie being beautiful. No anger shown towards Garcia or Katie. This is after Garcia got arrested for the murder. Charlie is workshopping a story about a drug dealer with Donna, about maybe a drug dealer's involved, and that's how Dan died, which doesn't work because they're trying an extortion story, but he's workshopping another story with Donna. And it shows they're just like, they're making up stuff, right? After Charlie's verdict, Donna sent to Wendy, your brother protected you for years. Now you are not guilty. Your law lawyer took very good care of you. Now you can bury me in the dress I bought for Lincoln's bar mitzvah. They have excerpts of Donna trying to get the visa. Defense tried to object but was overruled. Donna wants the visa as fast as possible. She's very panicky about wanting the visa quick. Notes shown about the canceling of insurance. Charlie's lawyer tell him on a private line. Talk of child support for 2 years. Talk of selling their items. Donna sends Wendy information about an attorney and a condo. Donna sending information she can't say why to someone else, but saying Wendy might need them. Searches about non-extradition countries. Defense is up. WhatsApp is commonly used internationally. They are talking about photos from the search warrant. Just because Donna is selling things doesn't mean she's fleeing the country by itself. A multi-interest visa means they could enter and leave. No evidence Donna read Charlie's messages to Katie. Defense says a bunch of slides about Charlie running his mouth, or in this case, his thumbs, were shown. Donna and Charlie talk about good news in the paper. The state mentioned this because they're back up. Donna and Charlie talked about good news in the paper, which seems to reference an article, the only article they could find, which where someone said that matches the date, and about a speedy trial for the Dan Markel case is with just the hitmen, and they don't expect more arrests. And at this point, the state rests. It's done. And the judge asks the defense, how long will it take? Like how long will it take to call your witnesses? And they said they'll let the judge know on Tuesday. Are we about to get the defense resting without trying anything? I don't know who she calls. I don't know who Donna would call as a witness, who's on her list or anything, but I could see it. I could see them just saying resting, and the closing statement basically being the state didn't prove Donna did anything. That might be the best move, right? Like any witness they bring up, it's just gonna dig Donna a deeper hole, I think. I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's 3 days in one. Took about an hour to record. I don't know how long to get this up, so I'll schedule it at some point. Thank you if you watched. Appreciate all of you. Hopefully I didn't drone on too much. It is late. I am tired. I am wired on caffeine. I need to try to go to sleep because the trial starts again tomorrow, and I've got a personal stuff going on, and I've got friends wanting me to play this game with them, which I mean I haven't done. I didn't do it all today because, as you can imagine, well, day and a half, as you can imagine, I've been catching up on this trial. Um, I don't know if I'll get another Donna video out on Tuesday. I'm trying to. I want to try to, but that's very up in the air. There's some stuff going on I might have to attend to, so we'll see. But I want to thank you. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed it. Um, I think that the state did it. I'm gonna be honest. I was waiting until I was waiting for something that seemed to me to like be like there's a lot of insinuations, obvious that she's connected, right? I wanted a direct line. Pretty sure I got that in my opinion. So they did what I wanted for evidence wise. I think we know the verdict, but we'll have to see.